this tutorial, I'm going to show you a little bit about Gmail labels. So in your general inbox, you can get a lot of email. And right now I have 98 email, which means I really need to start cleaning this out and organizing it. Sometimes I want to keep email just as a record or for some reason I might want to keep an email. And so Gmail has an organizational feature called labels, which allow you to create labels based on what you need. And then you can organize and place your email into those categories. So for my case, I have a lot of things related to my work. But you as a student, you might have something related to a club you're in, perhaps your job. Maybe it'll have something to do with a class, a project, or a sport that you're in. So you might think about what kinds of emails am I getting and how can I organize them into topics so that I can more easily find them later. And so here's an email that's about Monday's advisory lesson. So perhaps I want to create a label for that information. I can click on labels and I can add one. I'm going to call one advisory class. I'm going to choose create new. And I can nest it underneath it, meaning it could be a subtopic, but in this case, I don't need to do that. So now notice it now has this label coming in here. But perhaps I really just don't even want it to be showing in my inbox. I want it to be in my label. I can choose the move to, and I could have moved it directly to that advisory class label, or I can choose archive, which means now if I go to advisory class, now that email can be found there and I don't have to have it in my inbox taking up space. So that's a strategy you can use to organize your email using labels. So again, let me go through those steps. You're going to click on the actual email that you have. You can either move it to one of the labels you've already made or create a new one. You can or just label it here. And that is something that you can do to help organize and manage your email using labels. When you're composing or when you're opening an email, so perhaps I've got one here. This is about a Keen conference. And while I'm reading it, I can go ahead and move it into a label that I think is appropriate. So this perhaps alongside digital learning label. So I can organize them while I'm reading them, or I can actually just move them from this particular one. I can move and drag them into another label. And items can have more than one label if you're interested. So how you use labels to organize your inbox.